Ayo, welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app today and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. Welcome in to our remote version of CHGO Bets Daily. Cody, seemingly looking like he just woke up. Me, same. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me is my partner in degeneracy and sleeping in late, Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. Chugging a lot of beer after that 5-1 victory for the Cubs last night.
You had to do the 12-ouncer at least in the bat. I got our good friend Kevin Wells to do one at the end of the show too. So
nice.
The Cubs bounced back yesterday. Good. That's good. The reason I'm tired is I got to bed really late because I was stuck in traffic on Lakeshore Drive. Because they're they're redoing the road finally. Like, I can't complain because they've been needing to redo the road for a really long time. But boy, I've never seen it so backed up last night. I think when I come home from the studio tonight, I'll be taking Ashland or Halstead home.
Yeah. No, you gotta avoid that. That's brutal. I mean, I'm dealing with that on 90, 94. And the only way that actual expressway is workable is if you get on the express lane, like right away. But then you're missing like all the important exits. So like the one that I actually get off for work, I miss it. It ruins my day. I have my path carved out, and now traffic has ruined it. And I just feel like I'm breaking down as a person.
It was so bad. In a way, I risked my life. All right. So the big curve, right? The famous curve.
Yes.
I get around the curve, and that's where the traffic starts, where it basically comes to a complete stop. And I get around, as I'm turning, as I'm going, and I'm turning. After getting to a complete stop, I see there's a line of cars. They just decide to pull off the curb and go over a curb and onto the ramp to go back. And that ramp is to go onto Lakeshore Drive. That's how bad it was. That it wasn't just one or two cars. It was like at least 10 to 15. It was bad, man. Like, people were like, I ain't having this. I ain't having this at 11:45 p.m., man. Like, it was bad. So
I'd start puking in my car. That would give me so much anxiety.
For right now, avoid Lakeshore Drive at night if you live here in Chicago. But at least I got to come home to a winner because the old NBA same game parlay hit last night. Tweeted.
Oh yeah, right. At plus 294.
At plus 294, it's a winner. Cubs hit parlay came so close. First two hits from, I think it was Bellinger and Mancini, came in the first two innings. Actually, first inning. And then I just needed Velasquez. He had two chances, didn't get it. And then they pinch hit Ian Happ after they took McKenzie Gore out. And it was a righty, so they only wanted Velasquez to face lefty last night, I guess. So he only got two chances, which I kind of figured might be the risk. And that's why I was at plus 320, I think it was. So it is what it is. We ride. I got a little bit of a twist in the hit parlay today. We'll get to that later, but
Cody's got a mixed same game parlay hit parlay for you. So you'll be getting your Cubs back scratched and your White Sox back scratched. We got some straights as well, and one of our straights is basically a showdown. It's me versus Cody, so that should be fun. And then shout out to James Orlando, who's hanging out with us again in the chat, and he's right. He put 5 on the home run parlay, and 1 out of the 2 hit. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Bo Bichette hit a homer, and I was thrilled. And then Jake Cronenworth, he hit one deep. I think he got a curveball, I think in his second at bat, and he hit it out to center. Just a bad park to hit it out to center it. I didn't hate the results. The process was good. We hit some fly balls. It just wasn't our day. But James, we're not going to have a home run parlay today. No home run picks for me. I might be going to the hit side of things with Cody. But why don't we start in the NBA, because you have one in the NBA, right?
Yeah. So try to go 2-0 in our last 2 NBA same game parlays, right? We got the Heat and Knicks and the Lakers and Warriors tonight. Lakers and Warriors game 1 of the semifinals in the Western Conference. Heat and Knicks game 2. The Heat coming off a road win in New York. I think the Knicks are going to bounce back. I don't know if they win tonight, but I do think that they'll play a better game. Either way, give me Jalen Brunson over 4.5 assists. He's gone over 4.5 assists in every game of this postseason. And because I think he's going to be good, give me him to get 20 points. If you do just the two-legger, it's at minus 155. And then for the Lakers and Warriors, Kevon Looney. No one wants to talk about this guy because Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, even Jordan Poole and Draymond Green, I guess they're the ones people talk about the most. But Kevon Looney had two 20-rebound games against the Kings. I know that's the Lakers now, and they're gonna play completely different. But this guy's a rebounding machine. All he does is get double-digit rebounds. It feels like, at least in this postseason, he's a very underrated center. So give me Looney to get 10 rebounds, and then Steph Curry to get a steal, which he has done in all but 2 games this postseason, I believe. And he's coming off that 50-point performance in Game 7 against the Kings. I'm afraid to take any 3-point props or points props just because he put up 50
on 40 shots.
You know, like how many? Like what? I feel like the letdown is coming, but they're a very good home team, so I wouldn't be against doing something related to Steph Curry tonight as far as points. But I'm just asking for him to get a steal. If you just did that two-legger, it comes out to minus 120. You put them both together, it comes out to plus 201. So yeah, let's ride. $10 wins you 20. Yeah.
And who doesn't love Steph versus LeBron? That should be a crazy matchup. So why not put some money on that tonight and do it with our friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook? It is baseball season too. Season is in full spring. Bleh. It is spring. Baseball season is in full swing because it's baseball. Whether you're rooting for the home team or betting on your favorite roster or your favorite player, DraftKings Sportsbook has got you covered for all of the season's action. Right now, new customers can place a $5 pregame moneyline bet and get $150 in bonus bets if your team wins. Plus, everyone can hit one out of the park with DraftKings stepped up same game parlays. Boost your winnings with each leg you add up to 100%. We got a lot of different games that we could go to, but why not just show them the same game X parlay now, Cody? We got the hit parlay going.
Mm-hmm.
So why not just go into the hit parlay here?
Okay.
So we got Cubs Nationals, Twins Sox. Who are the players you're going with?
All right, so I'll start with Cubs since I'm the Cubs guy. Cody Bellinger, I think he has a 17 or 18 game on base streak. Plus, he's just been very good since he's coming back from the paternity list. Also, he's hitting well over 300 against Trevor Williams in his career. So I'm going to ride Bellinger tonight. And then Nico Horner, I feel like I put him in the hit parlay more than anyone else. He always has the highest odds to get a hit because he's been that good. He's hitting over 300, well over 300 this year. Also has a 26 game on base streak. I just think he matches up well against a guy like Williams, even though he's more of a fastball hitter. But I'm just going to keep riding that wave. And then for Sox and Twins, listen, this isn't slander. I'm just I just feel like I have to continue to fade the White Sox until they prove me otherwise. I don't know if Byron Buxton or Max Kepler get a hit off of Michael Kopech, but I know you don't feel good about the Sox bullpen, and those guys are going to be towards the top of the lineup. So you could get Buxton at minus 180. I feel like that's really good value considering all things considered. That they've barely faced Kopech in their career. So again, I'm thinking that they will do something later in the game because Kopech, he hasn't really gone deep this year. I know he's been giving up a lot of long balls too. So if he gives them 5, cool. But I also feel like the Twins can maybe get their offense really going once the Sox bullpen comes in. So that's why I'm rolling with Buxton and Kepler since they'll be towards the top of the lineup, I believe.
You're 100% right that the bullpen sucks. We were talking about this yesterday. The first 4 ERA leaders out of the bullpen. One was the last man on the roster. The second guy is currently in the minors. The third guy is currently in the minors. The fourth guy was a minor league signing that's now on the major league team. Then 5 through 10 all have ERAs above 5, and they all are like, were on the actual roster last year. So like, it's just the trusted people on this team in this bullpen are horrible. So you're right. I would include Andrew Vaughn on this list as well. He hits right-handed split fingers well. That's Joe Ryan's new pitch. He hits right-handed sweepers well this year. And Joe Ryan doesn't really ratchet it up. I think he usually sits like lower 90s. So I think it's a pretty good matchup for Andrew Vaughn as well. And he's at minus 155. You're right that it's the bullpen that I would be kind of betting Kepler and Buxton on. But here are the batting averages for the Twins against Kopech. 125, 125, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 200, 0, 0, 0, 250, 200, 333 from Whitley Castro, 667 from Trevor Larnach, and then 167 from Jorge Polanco. He this year he hasn't been good at not allowing hits, but it has been his MO in the past. And I don't know, his velocity's been there. His slider's been better than it was last year. I don't understand why he's been this bad. And I don't understand why any of the White Sox have been this bad. So I think something has to change. And they did win their first game against the Twins in their last series that they played in Minnesota, 4-3. I think it might be a similar game. Joe Ryan, Michael Kopech both have good games. I think they strike out a lot of guys. And I think that it's probably going to be a close game. Yet you are out here picking Twins minus 1.5. You got to talk to me about this. You used the third. We're actually in a DraftKings boost, so let's finish that out before you're using the 33% boost that DraftKings give you for the same game X parlays, but you can also just do a straight up same game parlay. I got a 2-leg same game parlay for you, but if it was up to 3 legs, you'd be able to get it boosted. Join the big league action now on DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the app and sign up with code CHGO. New customers can bet just $5 on any pregame moneyline bet and get $150 in bonus bets if their team wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code CHGO. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Massachusetts, call 1-800-327-505 or visit gamblinghelpma.org. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-4700. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and specific state responsible gambling resources. Cody, why are you picking the Twins?
Part of it is, as someone who watched a bad team the last 2 years, whenever they would snap losing streaks like this, I wouldn't say talk yourself into thinking that things were going to change much, but like, I don't know. How can you? I can't trust the White Sox to win 2 in a row. They haven't done it at all this year. Now I will say that I thought they haven't won 2 in a row this year. That's what everyone at the office keeps telling me. They haven't won 2 in a row.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it is.
Yeah. They haven't won 2 in a row this year.
They've not won 2 in a row, and they've not won a series. I know that, but it's just.
I want to take money line. I want to take Twins money line, but it's like minus 155 or something like that. That's just like not enough. That's too much for me. I'm sorry. I am digging at more of the juice than anything. And that might come back to haunt me, but I just need the White Sox to prove to me that, like that they're not this bad. I don't think they're this bad, but they just like, okay, you had a 7-run 9th inning against the best team in baseball. I don't know how it happened. Like, it was unreal. I couldn't believe it. It gave me the biggest bad beat of the year. But again, like I don't know. I'm on full fade until they show me otherwise. And like,
that's fair.
I think the bullpen is a big thing. Like you said, Kopech could go out there and do well, give them 5 to 7 innings pitch, but like, who do you trust coming out of the bullpen after that? Like, I just don't know how to feel about that. So I'm full fading the White Sox until otherwise. It has nothing to do with the fact that they're the White Sox. They're just not playing well.
See, I understand that, but I would be fading the Royals, the A's. Like I'd be fading other teams just because the Sox aren't as, like you said, the Sox aren't this bad. And I'll take them plus 1.5 at minus 120 on the run line, just because I think they're going to keep it close. You got Tim Anderson back. That's huge. They were 3-15 without him. I didn't think it was going to be this bad of a stretch without him, and it was. I really am perplexed with how bad this team is, and with the way that they won, getting an off day, staying home, getting your best player back. You talk about the juice in the betting sense, but they're going to have a ton of juice tonight. They're going to be extremely amped to play this game. They're going to be extremely excited to play this game. And they won, right? The monkey's off their back. So I feel like it's only natural to follow it up with a win. And if they don't, I'll probably be drinking myself to sleep on the CHGO White Sox postgame show. So there you go. I mean, it's just fine. I am betting against my emotions and my feelings, but also again, they're not this bad. And Cody, if you want to really just see how much I'm drinking the Kool-Aid here, they got 29 games in May. What do you think I predicted their record to be in May? At the end of May, like we did season predictions.
I mean, I don't know, Sean. Just go ahead and tell me.
20-9.
Oh.
So clearly I am a lunatic, a moron.
That schedule must be real soft in May.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Like they play Houston. They don't play anyone else. Like they have the Angels. They could beat the Angels. The Angels don't have any pitching or bullpen. Neither do the White Sox. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking myself into it, and there's no actual stats or reality to base it off of.
I've been there. I feel you.
Yeah. So we're going to battle on the White Sox tonight, and I think Cody, with his logic and sanity, will probably cash this ticket, but we'll see.
I'm also taking Mariners -1.5 against the A's too.
Yeah, get into it.
Yeah. I got him at +125. It's just like the White Sox, full fade. Athletics coming off a win against the Reds, but the Mariners coming to town, and the Mariners, they haven't played well this year. This is kind of like all right, are we a real team or not type thing. Like the A's are so bad, man. They got 5-6 wins on the year. Mariners are in dire need of just to rack up some wins to just to get back to 500, in my opinion. So give me the Mariners -1.5 at +125. Also, my one bet for the Cubs game tonight, Cody Bellinger over 1.5 total bases. Again, hitting well over 300 against Trevor Williams, and he's been playing really well. He's top 10 in FWAR in all of baseball. I mean, he's on pace for a 7-WAR season, man. You get it total bases at +110 for a guy that's playing this well right now. I think that's great value.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at.
No, I love it. And you've just been talking about how hot Bellinger is. Contract year, new dad energy. He's got all the stuff going for him. And he's playing the Nationals. And I know we're talking about the White Sox, and this is coming from a White Sox guy. They're bad at baseball too. So you're betting on a good baseball player versus a bunch of bad baseball players, which is a good strategy. Yeah. You talked about the fade. You talked about picking the Mariners because you're just fading that one side. You talked about fading the White Sox. There is no side in sports that is more fadeable than Chelsea football. We talked about this yesterday with Lawrence. I know I'm not the soccer guy. I know we have Red Stars people. I know we have Fire people. But here I am, dressed in blue, wearing a West Ham United hat, because this was randomly sent to me in the mail, not because I'm a fan, just because it matches the shirt. But we're gonna place a little parlay, right? I've won a decent amount of money on Chelsea football losing. They played today at 2 against Arsenal. I am betting on Arsenal to score in the first half, Arsenal to score in the second half, and Arsenal to win the game. I would have included Arsenal spread, but for some reason that's not in the same game parlay option. So I do think Arsenal wins this by at least 2 goals, and it's at +155 if you just put that money line spread in there. Chelsea's just horrible. I don't know how else to say it. They've spent $600 million to create a crowded locker room. All of the players hate each other, and their coach, Frank Lampard, over his last 17 matches, is 1-14-2. So 14 being losses. So I think it's pretty clear that Chelsea's going to lose this game because they have players who hate each other, a bad manager, and pretty bad ownership. So hey, let's go Gunners and the Arsenal Gunners. That's your Shawnee soccer pick.
Good thing Law's not here, or else he would be blaming you if things don't go well tonight.
It's not my fault. It's your bad team. It's your bad football team. Not my fault. Again, I'm new to this whole thing. But anyways, those are all your picks?
Yeah.
Right.
If I were to bet the actual the Cubs and Nationals tonight, Hayden Wesneski on the mound for the Cubs. Like I said, Trevor Williams on the mound for the Nationals. I'd probably just avoid it because I just don't know what we're going to get out of Wesneski. I do think it's a good matchup for him. The roster, the lineup's not nearly as good as some of the teams that he has faced.
He was good against San Diego, right?
He gave him 5. It was kind of bumpy. It was a little bit of a roller coaster for me because he gave up a lot of hard contact that luckily went into some gloves. But I know he can be better, and I'm waiting for him to get to that point. Maybe that's tonight. Maybe that starts tonight. I like him. The Cubs are favorites because the Nationals aren't good, and I think that he can do well against this lineup. The 3.5, I think the over/under on strikeouts for him is 3.5. I do like that. It's at -115. It's not bad odds. And I think once he can find his groove, he can be a guy who can consistently give you 5 to 7 strikeouts a game. But will he find that tonight? I don't know, and that's what kind of scares me about tonight's game. But I do lean the Cubs to win tonight. If you want my betting advice on them winning, because they just have a better lineup, and the offense broke out a little bit last night, and I'm looking for them to keep that momentum going tonight.
Hell yeah! All right. James Orlando saying take the over on the Cubs game. So
it's not a bad play either.
Yeah. Take all of our information and bet with your heart and win $1 million. And you know what? And once you win $1 million, Cody, you can buy a private helicopter to just fly over LSD. You don't have to worry about the big curve. You don't have to worry about them redoing that road. You could just zoom right over it. All right. So I'll see you on your private helicopter. You can follow Cody on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. Go get in his good graces now before he gets the helicopter, friends. You don't want to look like you're just trying to hang out with him for the helicopter. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Thank you to Shay Fidel and James Orlando for hanging out with us in the chat. And thank you to Sarah for producing the show. We'll talk to you tomorrow when we are millionaires.